Hey everyone, it's Brandon Rush. Thank you for checking out my latest newsletter of the Agent Investor for November 2025. Let's get to it. So first off, it's been a super busy summer slash fall with a lot of things going on. So if you didn't notice, I haven't really been sending out my newsletter for the last couple of months because it's just been so busy with between personal and real estate related items. One of the bigger things to highlight, I completed the Vermont 50, which is a 50-mile mountain bike ride. That ride tests my physical limits so far and also my mental limits. And a lot of times you don't know how big something is until you do it, and also what you're capable of until you do it. Now that I've ridden 50 miles, now I'm asking myself, can I push to 75? That was amazing. Some other things that I also was been busy over the last couple of months, a few handful of networking events, such as a cars, planes, and networking event in Oxford Airport in Connecticut, which is really interesting. I sat on the West Hartford Chamber panel recently for a site selection panel. So a lot of things over the last couple of months. So thank you for checking out this newsletter, and I look forward to bringing you new content as we move into the wintertime. All right, so next up is our upcoming events. We have the local Connecticut CCIM chapter. We're having our holiday dinner and installation event on Thursday, November 20th. And this is basically both a holiday networking event, but more importantly, the installation of the new chapter officers. I'm proud to announce that I'm being brought on as the secretary for the chapter. So I look forward to bringing value with the chapter and helping out in any way I can. More details are in the newsletter. I encourage you, if you don't have anything planned that day, why not come by, check it out. Sign up. Information is in the newsletter. All right, so next up, the latest episode of The Agent Investor, episode 25. We have a good friend of mine, Xavier Amos of New England Renovations. I sit down with him and we speak about, the relationship between investors and contractors, things to look out for and, how that relationship can work better. He also talks about the future of contracting in terms of smart homes and smart buildings and things along those lines. Highly encourage you to check out the episode. Link is in the newsletter. Next up is the partner highlight. So for this month, I'm highlighting a good partner of mine, Tim Myjack of EKI Environment and Water. Long story short, Tim is my go-to for anything environmental. So he'll do environmental assessments, environmentals, phase ones, phase twos, anything environmental or water. So if you need a resource now or in the future, I encourage you to save his information now and give him a shout should you need his services. More information about him is in the newsletter. All right, so for property of the month, this is one of my recent listings at 30 Clark Street in East Hartford, Connecticut. So this is a 3-parcel property totaling about 1.65 acres. There are 2 structures on this property. One is a 28,000 square foot storage facility. It contains 219 bins. About 19 of them are still in use. The site was previously used by a moving and storage company who recently relocated operations to another town. Also, there's a smaller warehouse structure on the property as well. It's about 5,600 square feet. Everything is included. The price that's being asked is $755,000. If you or someone who may be an interested buyer, please reach out. Information on this listing is in the newsletter. All right, so for our deal corner, we actually have 2 deals since I haven't sent out a newsletter in a while. The first one was for 7 West Street and 103 Tremont Street in New Britain, Connecticut. For those who don't recall this one, this was a dual property, 2 6-unit properties. One was completely occupied, which was 103 Tremont Street, and the other 7 West Street was completely distressed, completely vacant with water coming in the ceilings and all type of good stuff. That property did close, and I want to congratulate both the sellers and buyers. The buyers were local developers who took over the property, and their plan is to turn around 7 West Street to bring it to market and make it ready for the community. And next up for our deal corner number 2, we have 80 West Avon Road in Avon, Connecticut. So for those that don't recall this one, this was about a 4,000 square foot office building used by an owner user of a financial services firm. They recently announced that they were moving into retirement, so they needed a smaller space. So we successfully sold the building within about a month and a half, and all was good on that one. So congratulations to the sellers. I'm grateful that you guys chose to work with me, and congratulations to the buyers on their new venture with this property. All right, so I have some client needs. Please take a look at the newsletter. If you know anyone who meets any of these needs or has any properties off market they're looking to sell or lease out that meet these requirements, please reach out. I'd love to get some of this stuff completed for some of my clients before the year is out. All right, so next up, happy Thanksgiving. I know it's not here yet, but we are quickly approaching Thanksgiving. And, I encourage you, many times we get into this rush of life and we want more and more and more, but we never take a step back to be grateful for what we have, for the things, the family, our health. So I encourage you to take a step back in the next couple of weeks and just pause for a moment and show gratefulness, in your, within yourself for everything that you have, that being your family, your friends, the things you have, everything, because most of the time we have more than what we'll ever need. Again, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, let's connect. So if there's anything the team and I can ever assist you with when it comes to commercial real estate or multifamily in the future, please do not hesitate to reach out. We can help with anything sales, leasing, or advisory. So you have the contact info. Do not be shy. Please reach out with any questions, small or large, that you have. All right. So that's all we have for the November 2025 Agent Investor newsletter. As always, I appreciate you all checking in, and I look forward to bringing you December 2025's edition. I'll catch you next month.